The France Revolution and the idea of nation. I will discuss this chapter in three classifications. The first classification is the collective identity. Here the chapter discusses about the features that was introduced by the French revolutionaries, and it was introduced to bind the citizen of France under one nation theory. Right now many of the countries follow these features, and this is also the reason why French Revolution is known as the mother of all revolution. Next, Napoleon Civil Code, where Napoleon introduces some revolutionary measures in the area conquered by him, and it had a big impact in the region. And the chapter finishes with political freedom in context with Napoleon administration or disadvantage of Napoleon administration. The first classification of the chapter, collective identity. France was a full-fledged territorial state in 1789 under the absolute monarchical rule of Louis XVI, but the revolution initiated by its citizens led to a change in the constitution and political condition of France. The supreme power or the sovereignty that was in the hand of monarch was transferred to its citizen. So the revolutionary proclaimed that the future of France will be decided by its citizen, and to unite the citizen of France or the people of France under one identity, one collective identity, the revolutionaries introduced certain measures and practices so that the people of France feels a sense of pride and respect for its nation. The measures and the practice that created a sense of collective identity among the citizens of France are as follows. The idea of fatherland and the citizen was given importance. A new France flag, the tricolor, was chosen to replace the former royal one. The States General was elected by the body of active citizens and renamed National Assembly. New hymns were composed, oaths were taken, and martyrs were commemorated, or the people who lost their life in France Revolution were given due respect in the name of the nation. A centralized administrative system was put in place, and it formulated a uniform law for all citizens within its territory. Internal custom duties or internal taxes and dues were abolished, and uniform system of weight and measures was adopted. French was chosen as a national language because it was spoken in Paris, and discouraged the regional dialects, means all the languages that was spoken in other parts of France were discouraged. After France became a full-fledged nation state, the revolutionaries further declared that it was the mission and the destiny of the French nation to liberate the Europe from despotism. So this concept of nation state reached the different cities of Europe. Educated middle class and students began setting Jacobean clubs. These activities of the citizens, educated middle class, and camping prepared the way for French armies, which moved into Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and in Italy in the 1970s. The second classification of the chapter, Napoleon's Civil Code. Napoleon was a military dictator. He came to power by destroying democracy in France. Then why his civil code was added in this chapter, the French Revolution and idea of nation? It is because he was an able administrator who brought changes that was required at that stage in Europe. He introduced many revolutionary measures to make the things easy and efficient in the region conquered by him. And later, the people of Europe felt the changes introduced by him and revolt against the monarch in other parts of Europe. Let's go through his civil code. He did away with all privilege based on birth, established equality before the law, and secured the right to property. In Dutch Republic, in Switzerland, in Italy and Germany, Napoleon simplified administrative division, abolished the feudal system, and freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues. In towns, guild restrictions were removed. Transport and communication systems were improved. Because of the measures adopted by Napoleon, peasants, artisans, workers, and new businessmen enjoyed a newfound freedom. Businessmen and small-scale producers of goods in particular began to realize that uniform laws, standard weight and measurement, and common national currency would facilitate the movement and exchange of goods and capital from one region to other. The last paragraph of the chapter. The area conquered by Napoleon were mixed. Somewhere he was known as the harbinger of liberty, or Masiha, one who will come and liberate the area from autocratic rule of monarchy. So, in many places such as Holland, Switzerland, cities like Brussels, Mainz, Milan, Warsaw, French armies were welcomed. But the initial enthusiasm soon turned into hostility. After all, he was a military dictator who wants to enlarge his area. The new administrative system did not go hand in hand with political freedom, because he did not give away the political freedom to the region or the area covered by him. Increased taxation, more war, more money. Censorship, banned on newspapers, public speakings. Forced recruitment of people in French armies. All seem to overweigh the advantage of his administrative changes. Thanks, student. Take care.